our women of anime, Terry Hawks and Erica Schroeder. The music's not playing. That's fine. Hello. How are you doing, guys? Oh yeah, you guys' mics are next to you.
Good. How are y'all doing today? Did you find a place to park? Yes.
I heard it was treacherous.
Goals.
That's all we want at a convention is good parking, right? That's the most fun part, even though we shuttle here. How are you guys doing? How's the convention been so far?
It's been great.
It's always amazing for us, isn't it, Terry?
Yes, it is.
Terry, on Saturday nights, would you like to start a news talk show together?
I would love that.
Let's do it. Let's talk about parking. Let's talk about Saturday night parking.
Oh, like Saturday Night Live, but
Yes.
in a parking garage.
Yes,
Oh,
exactly.
excellent. I love that. Oh my gosh, guys. Well, I hear a lot of stuff has been happening, you guys, in your careers, I suppose, lately. You've been involved in quite a lot. So I want to touch base on some of the projects that you've been working on. Starting with you, Terry. You've been in a live-action web series called Lady Ada's Secret Society, correct?
That's right.
That's right. You play the headmistress.
Yes, I do.
And you guys just wrapped up season 2, didn't you?
You've done your homework.
Oh yeah.
Yes, thank you.
You know me.
Yes,
Well, why don't we take a look at your character's opening clip and then
Okay.
chat about how season 2 went.
Okay.
All right.
Thanks.
Okay, bye. Oh yes, do you like my graphic?
Just noticing.
I shot.
Hi, I'm
Miss Tina. Braids askew, mumbling to oneself. First impression, botched.
hi.
And now, enough of that. You should have read that this is a technology-free boarding school.
Wait, what?
I don't usually admit students mid-semester, but I could tell from your report cards that you have the potential to become one of my most perfect pupils.
Mrs. Hine, I need to phone my dad tonight. He's on deployment.
You become a woman when you reach your flowering time. But it is only by mastering my rules that you become a lady. And I understand from your transcripts that obeying the rules is one of your special skills.
So, phoning?
The rule is no phone calls the first week of a new student's arrival. Helps with homesickness.
Oh my gosh, you're so cute. I love it.
Nothing like you in real life. You're so nice.
That's really fun. It's fun to play an antagonist, though, right?
Oh,
you know,
so
to
much
kind of be
fun.
the person who creates obstacles and challenges for others. And yeah, I'm really proud of this series. Thank you for bringing it up. It's about a girls' school where the girls are discouraged from studying STEM subjects: science, technology, engineering, math. And they have a very traditional headmistress who tries to keep them on the straight and narrow and teaches things like etiquette and self-presentation and some very traditional values. So that's where the conflict lies, because the girls love science and math and all those subjects. So they form an underground society, which they call Lady Ada's Secret Society for those history buffs, based on Lady Ada Byron Lovelace, a real person who is credited with inventing programming for the computer. So they start a club, and they use their science skills to play pranks on the rest of the student body. And their headmistress, Mrs. Hine, thwarts them at every turn. So where we end at the end of season 1 is that one of the students, we didn't see in this scene,
This isn't a spoiler, is it?
Pardon me? It's not a spoiler, no. But where we end is that the students, through their pranks, they get a school trustee on board, and they're trying to shut down the school as it exists and create a new form of a school that's a little more progressive and open-minded. So the students have control of the school under the character of Ava at the end of season 1. And the conflict is with the students and the headmistress, played by me, Mrs. Hine, and who is going to regain control of the school in season 2. So that's the cliffhanger at the end of season 1. And as Trish said, we just finished shooting season 2. Actually, I think the last time I saw you, I was heading off to shoot it. I've lost track, but just last month. Yeah, in LA. So it's done. It's in the can. It should be coming out the end of April, beginning of May. And it's really easy to find. It's on YouTube, on Marble Kids YouTube. Marble like the game, play, not Marble. Marble Kids YouTube. And you can just put in Lady Ada's Secret Society, and you'll find these very digestible 10-minute clips of the show, which is nine episodes long, and check it out and see if you like it. It's a comedy, and as I say, it's meant to really encourage kids to consider STEM subjects, but it's not didactic. It doesn't hammer you over the head with that. It's just lots of fun. We had a blast shooting season 2. There were lots of pranks. The last night I was there, I'm just going to tell you this. It was hard to see the other actors because there was a mountain of foam in the room. That's all I'll tell you. So there are some fun moments ahead in season 2 of Lady Ada's Secret Society, affectionately known as LAST, the acronym, Lady Ada's Secret Society. And it's not just for preteens, and it's not just for girls, it's for everyone. And I have a lot of my contemporaries who really enjoy it too. So I invite you to take a look, and if you like it, find me on social media and let me know what you think. Love your feedback. Thank you.
Yeah, that's right. She's a Terry Hawks Professional on Instagram. I think that's the main active account, right? Yeah.
Main what?
Active account, Terry Hawks Professional on Instagram.
Stephanie's giving me a thumbs up, yes.
Oh, thank you, Stephanie.
And also, I just want to say I was so honored to be in the writer's room for season 2. So that's another thing that I do is I write. And I was really grateful to be included in this smart, talented, funny group of writers. And I'm really proud of what we've done. I think we raised some interesting subjects around gender and around how to treat other people respectfully, and how to follow your dreams, and how to work as a team. And actually, I know a good number of you are here for Sailor Moon, and some of those themes are evident in Sailor Moon too. So I think it's one of the reasons I really am proud of this show. And I'm sure that those are some of the themes that you have explored in your projects.
Oh, yes, and I played a headmistress in Winx,
Right, yes.
Paragonda, so we have something a little bit in common, but it was not live action, but it's so awesome. I love it.
Different mediums, the whole thing is
Totally different.
storytelling, right?
Yeah.
Through all these mediums.
Sounds like both series have some inspiration from Sailor Moon, honestly. Well, of course, Winx is magical girls and whatnot, but yeah, it's the girl game and the character development and female empowerment. Yeah, amazing. Well, speaking of Erica, I heard a rumor that you might have had to do a little bit more work than play on this vacation this last week or so. Do you want to talk about some of that?
Yes, so I came here with my family actually, because I was like, let's do vacation before, we decided to do vacation here because I was coming here and I was like, let's do that. So you often give your agents I have a lot of different representation. I have a manager, an agent, my daughter has an agent. I have 2 other agents for appearances and stuff like that. So there's a lot of people you have to inform, and then you have your direct people that audition you direct. You have a lot of people that you have to inform that you're going out of town. I feel like I told most everyone, but what happens is it's just a lesson in that it doesn't really stop. Like you can try for things to pause during your vacation stuff, but so 3 different contracts came in on the first day of my vacation.
Oh gosh.
So I know, and I was like, what is going on? But that's a good thing. And then I was getting like 3 or 4 auditions a day, and I only did like 3 of them. Because I was like, I had the option of accepting them or not. But So 2 of the 3 contracts that I signed, you guys will be excited about. I cannot tell you what it is. I can only say that I was invited to revisit 2 series that I have been in the past.
Oh my gosh, all at the same time.
Yeah,
Amazing.
so like one of them, one of them I kind of auditioned, kind of read for, but they were like, we're interested in you for this. And the other one, no, it was kind of honorary. Like here's some parts for you because, you know, you're revisiting a popular franchise that you've done in the past. So that'll be exciting when those things happen, and some of them are recording Tuesday.
Oh, wow, that's quick.
Actually, both of them are recording on Tuesday.
Oh, wow.
So I really can't lose my voice being that close to the stage.
All right, well, so more Viva Pinata coming. I'm kidding.
Wouldn't that be amazing?
That's my
I only got to sing 1 song in Viva Pinata.
Oh, that's right, I have that.
You have
I
it.
still haven't posted it, I'm sorry.
That's fine.
We'll get there. I gotta learn how to map your face onto a dancing bear. And then we can post it.
Exactly. I still can't remember the name of the character. We have to find
You
it.
texted it to me.
Did I?
It's in here somewhere.
We just have to ask Eric.
Yeah.
Eric Stewart, he knows that.
I
He knows
just know,
everything.
like, half of my hard drive is just Erica. I have so much Erica on my computer. It's
That's fun.
The last couple of years.
We've been a team.
You're getting close.
You're part of our trio now.
That's right, yeah. So, I just want to say one more thing, and then we're going to open up to audience questions, so feel free to line up the mic guys here, and we can take a few for the next 10 minutes or so, okay? And so I just want to take a moment, because it is Women's History Month, and you two are very prominent names within the anime and dubbing community. You've done a lot of pioneering for a lot of series and whatnot. These franchises have touched millions and millions of fans. So I just want to thank you for all your years of working and, you know, giving your gifts of talent to these audiences. I'm sure you hear it every time that you're here in line, all the nice stories of how, you know, your franchise will touch people, but I just wanted to honor you guys in that, you know. You've made an
so
impact.
much.
Of course, let's hear it for them,
Thank
guys.
you. That's really, really sweet.
Of course. I'll make myself cry. Okay.
That's what happens on Sundays. At the end of Sunday at Collecticon, we all cry.
Yeah. We're all tired and emotional. We're really
Tired and emotional, yes.
And your tears are welcome here.
That's right.
It's true.
All right. Feel free. Come on up.
Hi, I have questions for both of you.
Okay.
Yoko, what's your favorite evolution and could you do their voice?
Not sure if I can do the voice, but I can tell you a little bit about, that's such a hard question, right? It's sort of like asking who my favorite child is. But I will say that I have a special connection to Sylveon for a few different reasons. Sylveon is the performing Pokemon, and I know like essentially they all perform, but really I started out on Broadway and, you know, regional theater, and I've been to like every city for 8 weeks of my life as an actor who does theater. And like Sylveon is a performer. It's a performing Pokemon. I've also spent the most time with Sylveon, I would say, like in the booth, besides Sandy the Eevee, but that doesn't really count, right? Because Sandy's right. I love Sandy the Eevee too. But also, Sylveon reminds me of like if a Pokemon like, you know, kind of morphed with My Little Pony, and then also right, and then a little vampire, because she's got the little vampire teeth, and then she also has the zombie eyes. So, and I love zombies and the vampires and stuff, and I know that's not a part of the Pokemon lore, so I'm not speaking on behalf of Pokemon in any way whatsoever, but that's personally what Sylveon reminds me of. And then Sylveon reminds me of my performing career, my singing and dancing and acting on Broadway and stuff like that. So thank you for that question.
And Terry, could you do Sailor Moon's catchphrase?
Well, she has a few catchphrases. The one that really speaks to me these days, because I think we can use a little healing in the world, is, I have to stand up for this, haven't we even warmed up for this, so maybe you want to say, you can join me if you want, it's Moon Healing Activation. Okay, anybody wants to join me, you're welcome. 1, 2, 3. Moon Healing Activation!
See, Tris knew that. You didn't even have to tell her what it was. She was ready.
I always got your back. Terry.
Nicely done.
So
Thanks.
before I ask the questions, I just really like to thank you guys for, I guess, being very down to earth and very sweet. And this is my first ever convention, and you guys made it very, very enjoyable, well worth the wait. Everything was amazing, and I couldn't be more happy that I got to meet both of you guys. A question for Erica. Did you ever audition for any of the One Piece roles after 4Kids, like for the Funimation dub?
Very interesting question. I was never offered an audition, but I was offered a role as Miss Buckin.
Miss Buckin.
Yes, and it's funny how that happened actually, because I assumed that Mike McFarlane was the director at the time, and we had just met like the weekend before at a convention. We kind of were across from each other, and we were both foodies. We had a couple meals together, and we just like, had no idea that he was the director, and he had no idea that I was the original Luffy, which I found funny because we were across from each other and just never looked at each other's banners or anything. But I assumed that he invited me to do that role because of that. But it turns out that I had been recommended by like 2 different directors as being a woman who voiced older comedic roles very well. And so I was given the role based on a recommendation, and it had nothing to do with my history of the show, which kind of blew me away, because I was like, wow, that's so crazy. And then when I got in the booth with Mike was like, Erica, I had no idea. Hi, Jeannie. And I was like, wait a minute. I was like, you didn't know? He's like, no, I had no idea. And anyway, he's the best. He's amazing, and he's doing well, by the way. He's healing. And he really wants to get back out there and see everybody. He's the original Buggy the Clown. He is Buggy the Clown currently. But no, that's pretty much how it happened.
I also, if it isn't too much, I'd love to hear your catchphrase, Monkey D. Luffy, King of the Pirates, just for the one time.
I'm gonna be king of the pirates!
Thank you.
I did a laugh for you.
And also, to my friend over there, could you do a Sailor Moon quote dedicated to Gabby?
Okay, Gabby. Let's do Moon Prism Power for Gabby. On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Moon Prism Power!
Thank you so much. You guys are amazing.
Thank you.
All right, and just for the sake of time, we're gonna cut off the line here with our last friend in the back here, and then we have a quick. That's you. I see you with a blue backpack. Oh, you come on.
Hi there. I wanted to make a request to Erica. A buddy of mine who loves One Piece unfortunately could not join me to the convention today, and this fine gentleman here is recording a video which, if you allow, to say a shout out to my friend Mackenzie in Luffy's voice.
Mackenzie, wanna join my crew?
Let's hope they say yes. And I don't have to bribe them, because I will bribe you if you don't join my crew. I will win.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Have a good one.
Hi, I have a question for Terry. So you can say it in public out loud here. Who would win in a fight, Sailor Moon or Goku?
Well, I have it on good authority from someone who seems well versed in these matters and studies the ratings more than I do. And in fact, he's standing at the mic right now. So I was told by you this morning that Sailor Moon would win the fight.
Go, Sailor. Go.
And that's not even subjective. That's, apparently that's fact.
There's
Fact.
literal reports, like scholarly
I love that it's all
reports about
fiction, but yet it's still fact, right?
Thank you for the question.
Hello, Munchkinator.
I have a question for both of you. What do you think is the best thing you've ever voice acted?
What do we think? Oh, that's so hard, right? To like kind of judge ourselves. I'm not gonna say maybe the best, but like one of my favorite things I've ever done is a series that is only in Canada and Europe. And it's called, I don't know why it's not here, it's so funny. It's called Boy, Girl, Dog, Cat, Mouse, Cheese. And it only took me 6 months to learn how to say it. And I voiced two of the main characters, Cheese and Cat, and they are both such a hoot. They are like these ridiculous characters. And Cat is derpy, so Cat like falls off of the refrigerator and laughs. She's crazy. So I particularly enjoy doing those. Those are also prelay roles, which means that we record the voice first and you animate after, so you get to be a little bit more creative with that. So that's, I don't know, I guess one of my favorite things that I've worked on. So maybe not my best, but I don't know. I guess you guys would know. And
Yeah, it's hard
Terry.
to be objective sometimes, isn't it? When you asked that question, I was thinking back to a lot of radio dramas I used to do with CBC, the Canadian Broadcasting Corporation. And they don't do those anymore, which is so sad to me. It's such a beautiful art form. So I'm not going to tell you about those, but what I will tell you is one of the roles that I've played that I think has challenged me the most and has required that I find a different range, not just vocally, but emotionally, would be Sailor Moon. And Sailor Moon has different personas, you know, different incarnations, and is in domestic situations in her home or her school, and klutzy and just a schoolgirl, and then she's a superhero. And so I had to access different parts of myself emotionally and with my voice and with my colleagues and relationships with the other actors. And so I'd say that's been the most challenging in that respect, and very rewarding to talk to those of you who resonate with the series. Thank you for the question.
Thank you, honey.
All right, it's our last question.
Hello, this question is for Erica. What is your favorite part of voicing Blaze?
Aww. I really love the scenes that I did with Silver. Yeah, I love, well, so it was so many years later that I actually saw some of them. I have actually never played any of my own video games. I know I've voiced like over 70 games, but I've never actually played one. And so the fans know our work better than we do. And a fan, like maybe 5 years ago, sent me the 06 scene with Silver and Blaze, and I literally cried. I was like, I was crying. I was like, this is so moving and so beautiful. And I had all but really forgotten that whole moment. And I never got to hear Pete's performance because I performed like by myself. And then, you know, I knew what he was gonna say, but I didn't hear his voice saying it. And I thought his performance was so incredible and so moving. And so that's like a really special thing that a fan shared with me, that I was like, I really love this. So I would say that's, and here's the crazy part, guys. Pete and I have never met. No, we're like friends on Instagram and Facebook. We talk like all the time, and we're like, when are we gonna meet in person? So I'm hoping that sometime this year, because we were in the same building all the time, which is never met. I actually thought he was a fake person. I thought he was, there was a fake name, and I actually knew who it was, but I was just like, who is it, you know? But it turns out it's this awesome guy named Pete Capella that I've never met. Yeah. Thank you so much for the question.
In your Blaze voice, can you like do an impression of seeing Silver again?
You're so naive, but I've always liked that about you.
Thank you.
Of course, thank you.
Thank you guys so much. That's all the time we have left for you.
Don't go.
Yeah, we have one more thing.
Picture.
One more.
So, I'm sure Erica and Trish share this with me. One of my favorite things about coming to these conventions is seeing families who come here. And sometimes 3 generations of people who have watched certain shows, and it's really meaningful. People in strollers and people with little ones jumping around and on their laps, and it's really gratifying to have families in our midst. And there are also families who are here because the parents are working here at Collecticon. I met a young girl this morning whose father's a vendor, and we had the best conversation. I don't see her now, but that was so much fun. And there are a couple of kids here whose parents you might see moving around Collecticon with a camera and video camera. And those, oh, they're the parents, Tim and Megan. And their kids are right here in the second row. There's Allie and Nolan. And I love showing up at these cities around the States, and who's waiting there but Allie and Nolan. And they're very patient, and they get dressed up, and they embody the spirit of Collecticon. And Allie and Nolan, would you like to just maybe come up here so people can see you?
Come on,
Would you feel
Nolan.
comfortable doing that?
Come on, Nolan.
So everybody can see you. And what Erica and Tristan and I wanted to say was, first of all, thank you for being here, because we love seeing you every time that we connect with you at these Collecticons. And it's also really special to celebrate special occasions together. And we understand that Nolan's having a big weekend because Nolan turned 9 this weekend, and we would love you all to join us in singing happy birthday to Nolan. Please, on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Nolan. Happy birthday to you. And many more from Channel 4.
Give us your craziest face. Nolan and I do face-offs, we call them. Here's mine. Look at those eyebrows. This kid is so expressive.
Allie, Nolan, take a wave to the audience. Woo! And yes, please bring your kids to say hi to us, because it fills us up. Thanks.
Bye, guys. Happy birthday, Nolan.
Thank you guys so much. That's it for our panel. Let's hear it for them one more time.
You guys want to do a group pic real quick?
Oh, yeah,
You guys can stand up. We'll do a group pic.
following us is going to be David Lodge with Dr. Applesauce, so stick around.
Have a great afternoon, everybody.